Welcome again to Home Gardening, guys. It's March and this is the month that spring begin. So in my era, spring begin on the 21st. So what I'm doing, I'm repotting some of my sorrel, guys, my Jamaican sorrel. They're growing and growing and growing and growing and they look so good. So I started transplanting some of them into a 30-liter grow bag. They're still going to be in the grow tent for now until March kicks in. So started repotting some of them here. I repot some over there. And then I need to come and repot some of my ginger. So I started the ginger growing and you can see, whoops daisy, that is root bound. So I'm going to put some of the ginger into a grow bag as well. So I'm doing a lot of transplanting today. So this is some of the things that happening in March. Then my sweet potatoes, started these in the dirt this year, as I mentioned before, but some of them need to get out of this pot and go in the individual pot. You can see them hanging over everywhere. So I'm going to transplant some of my sweet potatoes as well. So a lot of transplanting going on, guys, in March. And then I'm going to start my tomatoes. So I started some tomatoes already. So you can see, look at tomatoes coming on. And I have some more tomato over there. So what I'm planning to do now in March is to sow all my tomatoes. So my beef tomatoes, my cherry tomatoes, all those tomatoes I'm going to sow in March. I also started some cucumbers last month and I'm gonna sow some more. So what I'm planning to do, everything needs to go now, guys. Everything you plan to have in your garden in the summer, it's time to get it going. So I even have some Brussels sprout going on there. So this is a very, very busy month, guys. So remember, I had my peppers and I started transplanting some of the peppers. So if you look over there, I have to transplant the peppers. They're growing, guys. They're growing on so beautifully. So everywhere you look, I've been transplanting into individual cups because they're just growing. And then I have my bird peppers. They're coming on beautifully, guys. My bird pepper. So these I've transplanted either 2 per a bigger container or 1 per cup because they need space now, they need food. My peppers, they're all coming on lovely, so I cannot complain there. These are the rest of the sorrel. So my Jamaican sorrel, my Rosella or Roselle. So I started transplanting those individually, and then I'm sowing some more kale and everything as I go through. These are some sweetheart cabbage. So guys, so much, and I have some lettuce here that I need to transplant. So March is a very, very busy month, guys. So this is what's going on the inside. I'm going to take it out and show you what's going on the outside in March. So yes, guys, whatever you like, whatever you're planning to eat this year, time to start sowing them. It's almost spring, guys. It's excited times ahead. So I'm going to show you what's going on outside. I started transplanting some eggplants as well, guys. So I'm just moving them into bigger containers, the one that need to go in bigger containers. And then that's what's happening at the moment. So I'm going to continue with my transplanting indoors. And then I'm going to take it outdoor and show you what's happening in March. Guys, it's March. Time to get things in the garden, guys. So I have some potatoes. Sorry. I have some potatoes I need to get in the ground. So I'm just digging up this location right here. And I have some potatoes that started sprouting already. So here's my potatoes. Here's some of my potatoes. Looking nice. So now we just need to have 2 on it only. So all the extra one I'm going to take off. And all I'm going to do, guys, if I can take you down, I'm just going to put them in the ground, and then I'm going to go out. I'm going to plant some onions as well, so hopefully you can see if I can take it down a little. So I have my potatoes. So I think I need to take you a little bit closer. Hold on. So that's it. Get the ground ready. Just dig it. Then we're in March, so I still have the threat of frost and everything. So when I finish put the potatoes in the ground, I'm gonna put some wood chip over it. So even if they do sprout up, the frost won't kill them. Nice. So that's all I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna put them in. You can put it up, down, doesn't matter. It will shoot up, but usually the leaves and thing come up from there. Then I just do it like probably 30 centimeters apart. So from there to there. These are some Morris pipers. I love Morris pipers. I like them to make homemade chips and things like that. So that's all I'm doing to plant the potatoes. I mean, this is not the loosest dirt, but you should be fine to get some potatoes from here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through, fill this up with potatoes, then I'll come back and show you. The first set of potatoes are in the, oh guys, it's a lovely, lovely March day. Look at the brightness. It's superb, guys. Look, it's a lovely, lovely, lovely day. So my potatoes are in. So I'm just going to cover them over now. Then I'm going to put some wood chip on top. Because I said, guys, we're still in winter. And the potatoes will survive in the ground. But I don't want when the shoot comes up, like this little shoot is coming up already. You don't want when the shoot come up, then the frost come and burn them. Then I'm going to plant some more onions. God, there's so much things going on in March. March is a good month. I'm going to give you like a tour as well. What's growing in the garden. So I'm just going to cover this over now. I'll show you what I'm going to cover it over. Then put some wood chip on. So basically, I asked if I can get someone to hold the camera for me. And then I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So I'm basically just going to cover them over. And the wind is picking up, guys. So I'm just covering them over like that. Leaving the dirt just loose on top. And then I'm going to get the wood chip. Cover them over. And that's all I'm going to do, guys. Just like that. You just cover the holes where the potatoes are. Just like that. So I'll do the first part and show you. And then after they're covered like that, just mount it up like so. All the excess dirt. And then I'm just going to put some wood chip on top. So that is the first section. Then I'm just going to take some wood chip like so. Hopefully they don't slug on the bottom. And then, so what happened, the wood chip now acting as insulation. So if it does have bad weather, my potatoes are still well secure. So that's it, guys. So I just put them in, cover them like so, then put wood chip on top, and they come through just nice, so don't worry, they'll find a way out. So I'm going to go through and do the rest. So that's the first section. I'm going to go through and cover those. I'm going to show you the rest of the potatoes that I have going. Here's the potatoes that I planted in January. They're coming up, guys. Yes, they are. You can see movements. And this is the other one. You can see potatoes shooting out, guys. So these were all sown in January. Then I have potatoes over here that are sown in October. And they're coming on nicely. You can see one about to blossom. Oh yes, hopefully you can see the sun coming through nicely now. So these are in. I have that one, and I have one more pot of potato that is at the front that I haven't taken round the back as yet. So I have potatoes at all different stages, and I still have loads more potatoes to plant out the end of March. So these are my peaches from seed. They're looking so good, guys. I'm really surprised how this have grown. The video I did was last April, so you can see they're really shooting up. Then I have some seeds in here, guys. So I have some leek here as well. There's so many things going on. I have to look at the labels because more seeds look identical. But I can see that these are garden peas, sweet peas. So I have a label. These were on the Chinese one can't see, the 13th of February. I did these, and you can see they're all coming through. So guys, I'm going to show you my butter beans as well that I saved from last year. Oh yes, and I'm going to plant those out. These are turnips. So I have some snowball turnips and red top turnips, and I have some spinach over there. I have some kohlrabi over here coming up. I have some lettuce over here coming up. So there are lots of things that I've sown in February that's now coming up in March. So these are just some of the things that are in the polytunnel. I'm going to take it outside and show some of the things that happen in the garden. Here we're outside. Oh, the sun is so nice, guys. Sun is beautiful. So you have some chard, rainbow chard and things popping up. The garden still is not perfect yet. Wait until June. By then I should have it perfect. Then I have my African kale. This one is going to seed. So I need to take these. Oh, these been in there from last year. So I can just take out the seeds. Are probably, I don't know, most of these, I think, I see what happened. But these are going to seed now, and they make the most beautiful flowers. The flower is beautiful. So I'm just going to leave them, and then in spring, I'll show you the flowers that come up from these. So these are some African kale. Then I have some broccoli, but I keep eating the leaves, guys. So, but it won't affect it. It will still shoot up in spring and give me some lovely broccoli. The leaves are so nice, sauteed. They're really, really nice. So I have, you can see it left over where I keep on munching on the leaves. So that's my broccoli. So in spring, I show you they're lovely. They're coming on nicely. Then I have loads more African kale coming on. Blooms coming up, and I'll show you the blossom, guys. They're beautiful. So I have all these African kale over here coming on beautifully. Really, really nice. So yes, guys, my spring garden, and the little small branch that I just take off and put in the ground, they're all coming up nicely. So that's all you have to do with the African kale. Just cut a small branch, stick it in the ground, and they will shoot up. That's all it is to grow these beautiful kale. So loads there. Then if I take you, well, there's 1 and 2 garlic in the ground here that's been planted from, most of them were planted in winter and not autumn. So I have a couple more garlic going on there. And then I have some onions right here. Some onion coming up. And this is where I started the potatoes that I just taken from. I need to finish the rest of them. And then onions again, guys. My broad bean. Yes. These were the first thing I planted when I moved. So these were planted in, I think it was late. Where did I plant these? I think it was the last week of October or the first week of December. I did a video when I was planting it, so I can go back and have a look. So these are my broad bean. They're coming up nicely. Those over here, they were trampled upon when I was fixing the fence. And now they're coming up. They're behind the others, but they're still coming back up. So all of here is just broad bean. I love to plant my broad bean in autumn/winter because I get them really, really early harvest. So while I'm waiting on the other beans and all those things to come up, then I have my broad bean to harvest and eat. And then, so I have more broad bean over there. Then over here, I have some turnip, guys. So I have turnips that survive all through winter. These are hardy, they stay in. And then I can start harvest these in spring as soon as the daylight hours extend and it's nice and bright, and I can harvest these. So that's it, guys. So I have all of these going on, and my fruit trees are coming out. So I need to show you those. And most of those are at the front at the moment. But I'll show you something else up here. Oh, guys, my lamb's lettuce. You remember the lamb's lettuce that I sowed in the heart of winter? And then I put a little plastic cover over it to mimic a greenhouse scenario. So this is it, guys. This is the lamb's lettuce. These are super cold hardy, but it takes forever to grow. They're very, very slow growers. So I have them right there. And then I have my Russian kale. So imagine, guys, we're still in winter. And there's so much nice things to look at in the garden. That's why I don't like to leave my garden bare. It doesn't matter the season. I just want something to look at. And I still have a few scattering of radishes right here. Then I have my strawberry tree right here. Been outside in winter. Right by the fence here. And look, guys. You can see blooms on it. There's bloom on the strawberry tree. And there's bloom everywhere. So that's by itself over there. And then it's soon getting some company to occupy right here. Then these are my red currant and my black currant. These produce beautifully from last year. And they're so sweet. Sometimes you eat the little black currant and a red currant and they're a bit tart. These were super sweet. Super, super sweet. So these were on the allotment. So I dug them up in winter and carried them to my backyard. Because what happened, I didn't have them under any mesh or anything. And I have some blackbirds and things at the allotment that keep forcing me to eat the berries. So I'm taking them to my backyard where I can keep a closer eyes on them. So you can see they start to bud out. These are rearing to go. So you can see they're budding out. So that's what I'm going on in the backyard at the moment. So I'm going to go over, put my onions in the ground, and then I'm going to take it to the front and show you that my fruit trees are all budding out and gearing to go for spring. So guys, get in the garden. It's March, but you need to get everything going, guys. Come on. It's almost spring. So remember, just double check your grow zone where you are and make sure you're aware of your last frost date and just get gardening, guys. So I'm going to go continue now and get my potatoes cover and get my onions in the ground, and then I'm going to take it to the front and show you what's happening. Onions are all in. Oh, this is about 200 onions I just put in here. So the onions are in. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cover them with some sawdust to keep them extra warm. So they're there, guys. So my onions all the way back up there. And then I'm just gonna get some sawdust because I'm running out of wood chip to cover the onions. And then that should be all of the planting for today. But guys, we're in March, so this is just the beginning. And I have some more rest of the onions over there. So I'm just gonna cover them now. So basically, just use a fork and cover it. And then I'm going to put the wood chip on top and then show you the end product. The sawdust is all on the onion bed. And I know sawdust is not like wood chip, so they're going to fly away. You have to make sure you damp it really well so they can stay where it is. And then the work is not in vain and it all blow away. So that's the onion and potatoes all planted out for today. Now I can see that spring is on the way. The daffodils are about to come up. Beautiful flowers outside. And then, guys, I still have some potatoes. I have potatoes to the front growing as well in container. Everything's starting to bud out. I can see my raspberry. My raspberries are edging to go. Everything looking nice out here. I have my hyacinth coming up nicely. My sunshine blue is still looking lovely in spring. Didn't shed much leaf. The sunshine blue is not like the normal blueberry that shed its leaf in winter. It's still old on some of the leaves. It just actually dropped a few. A branch broke off in summer. I stick it in the ground, and yes, guys, that's another sunshine blue. I'm gonna put it in a different pot, so I'm gonna have two sunshine blue, guys. Then over here, this is one of my honeyberry. My honeyberry opening up. There's leaves on it already, so now the honeyberry is more cold tolerant than the blueberry. And then over here I have another honeyberry, and guys, look here, look at my honeyberry. We're only in March. Can you see it's in bloom already? It is in bloom. Hopefully the camera will focus so you can see my honeyberry. Wow, in March. I'm actually filming this video the end of February, so actually it came out super early, so that's like February. My honeyberry is in bloom. Guys, if you don't have a honeyberry, go get a honeyberry. My honeyberry is in bloom. This tiny shrub here is in bloom. I can see honeyberry, guys. I'm super excited to get some fresh honeyberry. Really nice, superb. Guys, I need a camera so I can do more detailed video for you guys. My camera is playing up, but yes, guys, I can see the honeyberry. Superb. Then I still have some what I call this one again, radishes. So these radishes were from last year, so I just need to take them up now and munch on them. Plant out some new one for this season. This is some transplant of sage that I took, still alive. But I'm super excited. Look at tiny shrub of honeyberry, a blossom about to open. Wow, the honeyberry is doing really superb. So I'm super happy with my honeyberry there. I still have some rose hip on the tree. Spring is on the way. Spring is on the way. This is my gigantic radish. I'm waiting for it to seed, guys. It's taking forever. I want it to seed so I can save my radish seed. I have some tulips I need to plant out. This is a gooseberry. My bay leaf, still looking nice. I need to come and pay some attention and spray it up and everything. And this is actually the other honeyberry I bloom on as well. Interesting. I'll be getting loads of honeyberry soon, guys. If you don't know what honeyberry is, I'm going to put a link above. Then I have some more raspberry cane coming out there. Then I have one of my blueberry that I need to relocate and sort him out. So I have my blueberry here. Oops, daisy. So my blueberry, guys, my avocado lasts all through winter. The avocado, as you can see, is outside in the element. It's not covered, and you can see the avocado is still alive. But I need to come and sort out the blueberry, and then I have to find another home for that avocado. I have so much avocado, guys. There's more avocado still alive outside in the element. This is another raspberry cane coming back to life. Oh, there's so much. If I can get in here and show you, there's so much things. Remember, I bought this plum tree originally, and I was telling you about it, and the section that they actually dye, so the original bit coming up, but the leaves did look like plum last year, but it's shooting out, it's budding out really early. So I think this year I'm gonna be able to see what type of plum it is, because it's budding up really early. You can see leaves about to come out really early. And guys, if only you can remember my mulberry, I try and put a link there for you. This is my mulberry. Look how thick the trunk is. When I bought it, it was as this twig. And guys, look again. In autumn, one of the branch broke off. I stick it in the ground. That's another mulberry. This is another mulberry over there as well, which I need to take these out because this one won't be able to fruit properly. They're going to be too much in the container. So I'm going to take out some. So my mulberry went all over. Then I started bending it over way up top there because I want to be able to reach the mulberry. So I don't want it to grow too big. These are some onions that I harvested from last year that I didn't even take inside. This was an extra. You know, remember when I bought the golden delicious apple and I told you I got an extra bit when I took off the bare root? There it is, it's still alive. And here is my golden delicious. Guys, I still haven't started the front garden yet. So much things to do. So you can see my golden delicious looking lovely. And my lemon balm over there. Some more roses over there. Then I have my cherries. And then I have my arona. My chokeberry. Yes, guys, my arona berry looking good. So the arona berry looking good. And I'm trying to see if I can actually pay some attention this year, because I actually enjoy the arona jam that my boys asked me to make. So I'm going to make sure I get as much out of this arona berry plant this year as possible. Then that's the other part of the cherry. Then my blueberry, guys, I have to sort them out before the month finish, put them all together so I can start make a meshing or something tunnel for them, because I have a lot of birds where I'm at. I'm like out in nature and there's so many birds around here, so I need to come and sort it out. So I can see my blueberries edging to go. These container have asparagus in, so these were showing some sign by the end of the month to early April to see some asparagus coming through. Guys, yes, spring is on the way. Yes, it is. This is my snowdrops. Once there's snowdrops, you know spring is on the way. This is another blueberry. And then I still have some plants covered up. I have raspberry cane there, loads of things here. Another cherry tree, lots of things, more berries and all those things. But I need to show you something over here. This is a fruit tree that I inherit. I think it's a pear. I don't know. It's either a pear or apple. So I have to wait now until it's budded properly to see exactly what it is. But I think it's the apple or pear. Then over here, guys, is another one that I inherit. All blooming out, leaves coming through, everything. What do you think it is, guys? Can you tell from the trunk? I don't know. The leaves are coming through, but I'm still not sure what it is. So I have to wait a little to see exactly. I think probably could be a plum. Also, this branch is cutting in like this, which is not ideal. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna graft it, I'm gonna cut it, I'm gonna root it, I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. So I can't remember the exact name of the grafting technique. I'm just gonna cut it off, put like a soil and thing around it and root it. I'll show you when I'm doing that one. So that one is rooting out. Then this is my pomegranate that is still in container. My fruit trees are still in container and is rearing to go. There's leaves coming through, tiny leaves, tiny leaves coming through. So it's rearing to go. It's ready for the season, and it's getting quite windy, so I need to end this video because the wind is picking up. But my pomegranate is looking good. And then this is another one that I inherit. So I have three. I think there's an apple and a pear and probably a plum, because this one is shooting out a bit different than the rest. So this probably is some type of apple, but I have to wait and see, guys. And then that's a strawberry bed that I created earlier. So yes, guys, that's what happened in March. So guys, remember, keep gardening. Spring is on the way. Don't stop gardening. Get your seeds in, get everything in. So until next time, guys, take care now, and remember to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, keep gardening.
Like, share, subscribe and click the notification bell.